Hey there, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitars Already Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play the acoustic version of Zombie by Yungblud, which is a beautiful tune. For the basics, we'll just need our guitar and standard tuning and you won't need a capo. If you're fairly new to guitar and you're looking for some quick and easy wins, I've created a free guide with 10 legendary songs you can play with 3 chords or less. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Alternatively, if you're looking to build a strong and solid foundation on the guitar but you don't know where to start, then be sure to check out my Guitars Already Hero Premium course and membership, which gives you all the guidance to play with confidence. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so first off, I'm going to teach you the strumming pattern, which is essentially going to be used throughout the entire song. So the strumming pattern that Dom uses in this acoustic version is down, 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 then up, down, 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 up. And in succession, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Now, I would suggest that you just practice that rhythm again and again with your strumming hand just to get that rhythm locked in. And then once you've got that rhythm down, we can start applying the chords. So let's start with the intro. There's just 3 chord shapes we need to learn here. So the first chord is a C sharp minor 7. So index finger on the 4th fret of the 5th string, ring and pinky fingers go onto the 6th frets of the 4th and 3rd string. And we can have our 2nd and 1st strings open. So strumming from the 5th string onwards, that's our C sharp minor 7. Now, ideally, you don't want the open 6th string ringing out. So what you can do is lightly mute it by touching it ever so slightly with your index finger as it's fretting down the 4th fret of the 5th string. That way, even if you happen to hit the 6th string, it's not going to ring out. Alternatively, you could use your free middle finger here to lightly touch that 6th string as well. We're going to play this C sharp minor 7 for 2 bars of music. The next chord is a B sus4, and it's quite simple because it's the same shape as the C sharp minor 7, just down at 2nd and 4th frets. And again, we don't want that 6th string ringing out. The next chord is an A sus2. Now you can play a regular A sus2, which would look like this, by just shifting your ring and pinky fingers down to the 2nd frets on the 4th and 3rd string, and strumming from the 5th string onwards. But when you watch Dom play this in the video, he actually uses this A sus2 chord shape. So from the B sus4, keep your pinky finger where it is, and then just drop your index finger to the 2nd fret of the 4th string and lift your ring finger. We're going to strum from the 5th string onwards, and again, you want that 6th string muted. I just mute that using my free middle finger. So that's A sus2 for 2 bars of music, and then back to C sharp minor 7 for 2 bars of music. So the intro in total will sound like this. Okay, next we get to verse part 1. Now I'm going to break the verse up into 2 parts so that it's just a bit easier to digest. But for verse part 1, it's simple, it's just 3 chord shapes. C sharp minor 7, B sus4, and then A sus2 for 2 bars each. Essentially the same as the intro minus the last 2 bars of music. So I don't really need to play that, it's quite self-explanatory. For verse part 2, this is where we introduce some other chord shapes. So we're going to start off that same C sharp minor 7 for 1 bar of music. For the 2nd bar of this C sharp minor 7, we are going to change to an E5 at the very end. So for the E5 chord shape, we're just going to shift this C sharp minor 7 shape up to 7th and 9th frets. And for this chord shape, you can actually let your 6th string ring out in addition to the 2nd and 1st strings. It's quite a beautiful sounding chord. Now we're going to change from the C sharp minor 7 to the E5 on the up strum, which is highlighted down below. That's the up strum shortly after the 3 beat. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So that's the 2nd bar of music. We then go to B sus4 for 2 bars of music, A sus2 for 2 bars of music, back to B sus4 for 2 bars of music, and then there's an F sharp minor chord. So for the F sharp minor chord, from the B sus4, we just shift our shape so that we're fretting the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings down. You could just focus on these 3 strings and mute the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings, or you could bar your index finger so that the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings ring out like that. It's completely up to you. The full bar is a little bit trickier for beginners, but it does sound a bit fuller. So 2 bars of the F sharp minor, and then we go to an A add 9. So from this shape, shift it up to 5th and 7th frets, place your middle finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, and if you want to, you can let the 2nd and 1st strings ring out. And there's 2 bars of music there. So in total, verse part 2 will sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and Next is chorus 1. So there's just 4 chord shapes here. We're going to start with that E5 chord shape that we briefly had in verse part 2. We're going to play that for 2 bars of music, then down to B sus 4 for 2 bars, C sharp minor 7 for 2 bars, and then A sus 2 for 2 bars. So chorus 1 will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, Now for chorus 2 / the outro of the song, it's the same as chorus 1, just that chord progression is played through 3 times, and then we end the song with a regular E major chord like this. And those are all the parts you need to learn for this acoustic version of Zombie. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song with the vocal track on top for some context. Again, if you're looking for some quick and easy wins, then I've created a free guide with 10 legendary songs you can play with 3 chords or less. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Careful
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons here. Or if you want some easy guitar wins, then I've put together a free guide with 10 legendary songs you can play with just 3 chords or less. You can grab that by clicking below. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.